It's Sunday evening. Brielle just got the sign-ups back for the class fundraiser. 30-something responses sitting in a Google form. And now she's doing that thing again. Open the form, copy the name, open the spreadsheet, paste. Open her email. Type basically the same thank you she typed the last 29 times. Back to the form, copy the next name. 45 minutes for work a computer could have done while she made dinner. Here's the unlock. The tools she's already using, the form, the sheet, the email, can talk to each other. She just never introduced them. Welcome back to AI for Working Moms. I'm Lakeisha Holloway, and this is Season 4 of The 10-Minute Agent. This season, the theme is, wait, AI can do that? Most of the time on this show, we build an agent from scratch to solve a problem. But here's the thing. You're already surrounded by tools that can do so much more than you're asking of them. Claude, Zoom, your calendar, the apps on your phone right now. And most of us are using only a small part of what they can actually do. So this season, I'm showing you something different, the unlock. Every episode, we take one tool you already have, find the one feature you may not have known existed, and turn it into a working agent in about 10 minutes. No new subscriptions, no overwhelm. Just that moment where you go, wait, AI can do that? Build with power, lead with trust. Let's get into it. Back to Sunday night, 30 names, 3 apps, 45 minutes. And the maddening thing is that Brielle already has everything she needs. The forms work. The spreadsheet works. The email works. Every single tool in that chain is doing its job perfectly. They just don't know about each other. So she becomes the connection. She's the human copy-paste machine sitting in the middle of 3 apps that could be doing this themselves. She's not the manager of that system. She's the plumbing. Let's fix that. And I'm going to show you 2 ways to do that. So here's why this matters for working moms. So much of what eats your evenings isn't hard. It's just robotic. Move this from here to there. Send the same note again. Copy, paste, repeat. That's pure robot work, and you're doing it with human hands at 9 p.m. when you're already spent from the day. Connecting your app's hands that robot work back to a robot, which is exactly what robots are for. You're not learning the code. You're learning to delegate to software. And once it's set up, it runs forever without you. So here's the unlock. Everything Brielle did by hand on that Sunday night, the copying, the pasting, the same email 29 times, a computer could have done while she made dinner. Not because she needs to learn the code, because there's a whole category of tools built for exactly this. Connecting the apps you already use so they talk to each other. There are 2 I want you to know about. Zapier, the one you probably heard of, the most popular one out there, and Make, the one that's free and visual, and honestly, the one I reach for first. Same magic, 2 different doors. I'm going to show you both, and then I'm going to tell you where I land, so you don't spend your whole week deciding. Both tools do the exact same magic, and it's simpler than it sounds. You set up a rule, so you say, when this happens, do that. New form responses, add a row to a sheet and an email. You build it one time, and then it runs over and over again without you forever. That's the whole concept, a trigger, and then 1 or more actions. The only real question is which tool you build it in. Now, Zapier is the most popular for a reason. the biggest library apps and the simplest setup. It literally walks you through it in plain steps. Pick your trigger app, pick your action app, connect them. If your particular tool is a little obscure, Zapier is the most likely to support it. So here's the build for Zapier. New Google Form responses becomes a new row in Google Sheets, which triggers a thank you email. Trigger, action, action. You map the person's name into the email so it says, thank you, Maria, instead of thanks, friend. Turn it on, done. Brielle Sunday night just vanished in a good way. Now, the same build in Make. And you'll see the difference immediately. Instead of a list of steps, it's a flow chart. You actually watch the data move from the form to the sheet to an email. For a lot of us, seeing it is the thing that really finally makes the automation click. And the free tier is more generous. 1,000 runs a month across 2 workflows with no credit card needed. So here's where I land, so you don't have to agonize over all of this. If you want the biggest library and the most hand-holding, start with Zapier. If you want free, which is what I want, visual and room to grow without a bill, start with Make, which is where I reach for first, of course. Either one is a right first step. The only wrong step is doing nothing because you couldn't decide. Now, here's the part nobody warns you about, and it's the reason reliability is the letter of the after framework for this episode. The danger with automation isn't that it breaks. It's that it breaks quietly. Your flow stops running on a Tuesday and nothing announces it. No alarm, no email, no red light. You just go on with your week assuming those thank you notes went out, assuming that the spreadsheet is filling up, right up until someone tells you they never heard from you. And that's the worst thing that could ever happen to you while you're trying to automate your whole life, because at least when you're doing it by hand, you know whether or not anything happened and if you did send that letter or that email. So the fix is simple and it takes about 2 minutes. When you build your flow, turn on an error notification. Both of the tools have them, and they'll email you the moment something fails. Then, for that first week, actually go look at your run history. Not because you don't trust the tool, because you're the one accountable for the outcome. And checking is how you earn the right to stop checking. The agent runs the errand, you still keep the keys. So here's your action step. Pick one. Do not pick both, mama. Connect the 2 apps. You copy and paste between most and run it once. And screenshot the flow. That screenshot is proof you built something real. And if you want to, drop the flow screenshot in the AI Confidence Playground and tell me the 2 apps you connected. I'll suggest the next one to add. The link is in the show notes. Here's what I want you to walk away with. You're not disorganized. You've just been doing by hand what your apps were ready to do for you. You only had to introduce them. You got this, mama. I'll see you in the next episode of the 10-Minute Agent. Thank you for listening to AI for Working Moms. If today's episode gave you one thing you could actually use this week, do me a quick favor. Follow the show and leave a review. It's the simplest way to help another working mom find us. And if building an agent still feels out of reach, start with my free 10-Minute Agent Workbook. It walks you through building your very first AI teammate, start to finish, in about 10 minutes. That's the foundation everything in this series is built on. You'll find it at aiconfidenceblueprint.com/10-minute agent. Then, come practice with us in the AI Confidence Playground. It's a free Facebook group where we learn and build real confidence with AI together. Want to know where you and your kids stand with AI right now? I've got 2 quick quizzes for that. Every link I mentioned lives in the show notes and at my podcast resource hub. Here's what I want you to remember, mama. You don't have to do everything, and you don't have to do it all at once. You can excel professionally without sacrificing your family on the altar of success. This is AI for Working Moms, because the future of work should work for moms too. I'll meet you in the next episode.